Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool here, back again with another Shuri video, and today we're going to be talking about the newly released ML 5-star unit Lionheart Cermia that is running on the current Mystic banner, as well as the 4-star unit Watcher Shuri that is also going to be running alongside her. Now before I get started with this video guys, make sure if you guys aren't already subscribed to subscribe to my channel, because you guys will be getting updates on when my Shuri videos drop. And also, we've been starting a new series lately on my stream called Zero to Hero, where I've been playing on a freshly new account that's free to play, and I'm only using 3-star units to try to progress as far as I can in both PvE and PvP for fun. The streams have been really fun lately, and I really want to see you guys there, so make sure you guys drop by. I'm probably going to be streaming a couple hours after this video releases. Now, getting started into the video, so Lionheart Cermia. So her design is really nice. I really like her design. Going over her skills though, if she's really strong or not, let's go see. So her S3 is an AoE attack, and notice right away that she has a fighting spirit mechanic because this costs 80 fighting spirit. She also gets an extra turn, and keep in mind this skill actually penetrates defense, so against tanky targets you're still going to do a lot of damage, and the damage will actually increase proportional to her own defense, so you're going to most likely see her on a high defense build, and if you want to do a lot of damage with her, you're going to also want high crit chance and high crit damage as well. Next we have her S2, so you'll see that she gets 40 fighting spirit at the start of the battle, and every time, or not every time, after an ally suffers an extra attack, counter attack, or dual attack, she's going to activate Shine, and Shine can be activated once every 2 turns when you mull it, and this will give you increased defense and effect resist, and give you 50 fighting spirit, putting you at 90 fighting spirit, so you can actually use your S3 right after you proc your Shine S2. Keep in mind that this does not have a CR push, so you can't build her super slow, right? You're going to have to put her on some decent speed, so I will predict that she's going to be run on speed set. Also keep in mind that since she has increased defense, she's going to do more damage when this procs, and also the increased effect resist is really nice on her because she's basically going to be not able to be CC'd while you're waiting for a turn to come up. Usually what happens with bruisers or warriors is you can just CC them and crowd control them, and even if they do take their turn, they're going to have to miss out with like a blind debuff or an attack down debuff. But since she has that built-in 50% from her S2, you can just run her on another 50% from gear, and she's at 100%, and it's going to be a lot harder to provoke lock her down with a Fallen Cecilia, or blind her with like a random rem, right? So pretty nice in general. Next we have her S1, so you're going to be able to S1 after you S3, because keep in mind your S3 gives you an extra turn, and her S1 is a normal attack that's single target, gives her speed buff, which is nice so she can cycle faster, and also this also increases proportional to your own defense. So that being said, looking at her kit, you can just tell she's going to be a nice bruiser. Mostly for her S2, she's going to be used as a counter pick, I'm pretty sure, basically into units that have a lot of counter attacks or extra attacks like Violet, Rem, Bellion, even Apoc Ravi if they're running counter, even though they're mostly on speed. Just units like that you're mostly going to see the Lionheart Cermia against. Even Conquer Elias is really, you can use her against Conquer Elias because of the dual attack that Conquer Elias has on her S1. You can proc your Shine pretty easily, so she's going to be a strong counter pick. Now, will she be OP or very strong? I don't think so. Just looking at her kit, she's not going to be as universally picked as like Meteor Cowrick, Fallen Cecilia, Apoc Ravi, Bellion, Conquer Elias, those units. Those units you can pick in every single situation. You can blind pick them, meaning you can pick them without, having to worry too much about what the enemy picks. But Lionheart Cermia, she doesn't do anything special besides countering those counter attack and dual attack units. If you don't really utilize her S2, she's just an AoE damage dealer basically. You might as well at that point pick something like ML Crow. ML Crow is the same thing basically, except that ML Crow will have a shorter cooldown as S3, and he has his S2 to actually utilize barriers for his team. And ML Crow is also not even picked that much right now. He's not that great. So you can kind of think of Lionheart Cermia as like an ML Crow, except she has a different S2, which might be more suited for the meta. And that being said, she might be strong in the meta when she comes out, but the thing is, if the meta changes, will she still be good? That's the biggest question that people have. Is she future-proof? She's not like the top 5 MLs right now, which I have in a different video and I also mentioned previously, because those units, their kits are all around generally good. Lionheart Cermia seems more niche, but in that niche, she seems pretty good right now. But you have to keep in mind, in the future, she might start falling off. She's going to start needing buffs. But I think in her current state, in the current meta, she's going to be strong. So is she worth pulling? I think if you're a late game player and you have some Mystics to spare and you already have a good amount of ML5s, she is worth pulling for. If you're a newer player and you're sitting on pity, I don't think she's worth pitying in my opinion. She might seem really strong in the meta right now, but you might want to save your pity for a more safer unit, right? Like Fallen Cecilia, Apoc Ravi, Belly, and stuff like that. Even newer units that are released in the future that are Moonlight 5 stars might have better kits that might seem to be, you know, better for general play. But if you are far from pity and you really like her design, I think she's worth pulling for. Like you can see for me, I put in 25 summons already for her because I did reset my pity on Rylot on the previous banner. So I'm going to try pulling for her. If I get really close to pity though, I might not pull for her even though I like her design. But she does seem fun to use, and she does seem good in the meta right now. I'm just kind of worried for her future, right? If she'll be good in other metas, right? But to be honest, counterattacks, extra attacks, and dual attacks are always they're always going to be units that use it in every single meta. So even though I'm saying this, she probably will be at least above average for every single meta. But I don't think she'll be like OP like she is, like she might seem like she is right now in other metas. So that's pretty much it for ML Cermia. I think she is very strong. She is worth pulling for in the current meta, but keep in mind she might start, you know, being weaker in other metas, right? Next we have Watcher Shuri. So Watcher Shuri, he has a S3 that's a penetrating defense, single target. S2 that is a AoE attack that can strip and gives you speed, and this S1 is a target. So Watcher Shuri in PvE, very good in one-shot hunts, Azumnak, Hades, right? Especially. He's also good in PvP as a single target cleave. You can use him in World Arena in some drafts, very rarely though. But mostly in Guild Wars, you're going to use him, and even offensive arena, where you're going to be just one-shotting units with like an AWAT or something like that to boost him up. Very fun to use, but I wouldn't really make him the main focus of your pulling on this banner because, yeah, he is strong, but unless you really need him for Azumnak and Hades, then I wouldn't really, you know, bust out the wallet to try to pull for Watcher Shuri, because I do think Lionheart Cermia should be the main target here. Next, we have Senya and Durandal. So that is the RGB and the artifact running on this week. Now, let's compare it to next week's. I don't want to just, you know, say if they're good or bad. So you have Valencia and the artifact Twilight Calamity. So just straight up, guys, this week's rotation is a lot better than next. I think Senya as a unit is more usable than Valencia. At the moment, Senya can be used on Guild Wars defense if you run her with like a Lilius and a Conquer Lilius. I see that pretty commonly. Durandal is also really good. You can even run this on Lionheart Cermia if you want her to be more tankier, or what's it called, get CR pushed more. You can even run this on, you know, other units as well. But keep in mind there are better warrior artifacts out there. For Cermia, you're most likely going to be running Portrait, which is not really a warrior exclusive, but it is a good artifact for S3. Even Border Coin will work with her. S2, you might run her on, what am I trying to say, Draco Plate or Sigurd's Scythe. I think Draco Plate and Sigurd's Scythe are going to be the most common alongside Portrait, because those seem very good with her. I think I would run mine on Sigurd's Scythe just because when she takes damage before her turns up, if she gets below 50% and you S3, you're most likely going to heal to full. But yeah, we'll see. I just think that both these banners are actually, or both the normal rotations are not that great, but this week's is definitely better. If you wanted to wait till the last week to see what it is, that might be a better choice. But yeah, this week's definitely better than next. And yeah, that pretty much sums up my should you pull for Lionheart Cermia, guys. I think she is strong right now, very strong in the current meta, but just keep in mind that her kit definitely seems like a counter pick, right? You're definitely not going to be able to pick her, you know, first pick her in World Arena and stuff like that. She's going to have to be used as a counter pick. But yeah, I think she looks really cool, and I'm definitely going to pull for her. And if I do end up pulling for her, guys, I will showcase her in one of my newer videos. So keep an eye out for that. Maybe I don't pull her though. Probably not. I don't think I can get lucky and pull for her, but we'll see. But yeah, as always, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot. And I hope to see you in one of my streams that I'm streaming soon, or in another video in the future. Peace and have a good day.